Finally, today a South Florida wildlife hero is being recognized for her selfless actions to save injured animals who wouldn't make it without her tender, loving care. She runs a wildlife rescue center in Coral Springs, and it has been struggling since the pandemic hit.
That's right. COVID safety regulations reducing her staff to the bare minimum. But still, every week, more hungry mouths come in, and wait until you see how she makes it all work.
For the past 5 years, ever since she moved to South Florida from Texas with her family,
this one has decided that she likes me to hand feed her every once in a while.
Tina Cortez has dedicated herself to rescuing and rehabbing native birds, animals, and reptiles at the Sawgrass Nature Center and Wildlife Hospital in Coral Springs.
From the biggest to the smallest.
First as a volunteer, and for the past 2 years as the hospital's director and chief rehabber, usually taking in, on average, over 1,000 injured or orphaned animals a year.
Anything that's native to Florida, I can take in and I can rehab. And my initial goal is always to release.
Wildlife that can't fully recover stays here forever, where there are now 80 animals that call this place home, thanks to the doting care of Tina, her staff of 6, and her usual army of volunteers.
But on March 19th, the world changed. COVID happened, and the city basically shut Tina down. Her team of 30 volunteers no longer allowed on property, and Tina was faced with a big dilemma: how to take care of all these animals with a skeleton staff.
We couldn't have our volunteers in, but they said that I could still continue to accept animals.
Tina was forced to improvise and came up with a socially distanced, safe way for people to drop off rescued wildlife, keeping her gates shut, but posting her cell phone so that she can meet them at the entrance and take the animal in.
Oh, that is actually an ibis.
Tina got the animals in, but that was only half the battle. It was baby season.
When I get a baby bird, those birds sometimes eat every 30 minutes. And if I get 20 of those birds, then I'm feeding 20 birds every 30 minutes.
How was she going to manage? Giving up was not an option.
It's a hard thing to see something and you know that it needs your help, and I'm the only thing that's can help.
Well, maybe not the only thing after all. Because of the pandemic, her husband and 4 kids at home weren't working or going to school. So Tina did what any mom in need would do. She called for backup.
I just told them that's what they were going to do. I really didn't give them an option. I just kind of said, what day do you want to work? Not really, do you want to work?
Tina says they didn't complain. 7 days a week, they cleaned cages, prepped meals, and tended to the babies and injured, keeping the wildlife center open and operational.
I feel pretty good that I was able to do it.
You're one of our heroes.
Last month, the Community Foundation of Broward took notice and recognized Tina as one of the county's 12 hidden heroes during the pandemic.
I was surprised. I was very surprised about it.
They say not all superheroes wear capes, but I guess this one does.
I was doing my part for the world. This is what I do. I want to make the earth better, and that's what I tried to do.
Indeed you do, Tina. And great news, the Sawgrass Nature Center is back open to the public. They're still only accepting rescued wildlife at the front gate, but they are back accepting volunteers. So if you'd like to help Tina out, we have that link available on our website, local10.com. And that will do it for